So yeah, motherfuckers. Okay, so okay. Hello, pissed off bartender from Georgia and Alabama, is it? I just saw your little rant about was it Maga having a predator problem? Really? Okay, but look, dude, you went easy on them. You totally went fucking easy on them, mate. He mentioned there was one copper and one Republican senator or something like that. So Maga might have a predator problem. Yeah, he went easy on them. He went so fucking easy on them. We can just talk about Donald fucking Trump right fucking there, mate, okay? Okay, not only is that guy fucking listed in Epstein's fucking phone book, and there's pictures of him publicly available all over Google Images, even in Australia, of that guy being bestest fucking buddies with Epstein and Ghislaine's fucking Maxwell, and being there in the fucking photos with Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton as well. Okay, so I would say he's guilty by association on that alone, right? Okay, no, that's not enough. It's okay. Pics doesn't mean it happened. Okay, pics doesn't mean it happened. Being in someone's phone book doesn't mean it happened. Oh, okay. Where's it starting to get sus? He does have a suspect attitude. We already know this, okay? He likes to grab people by pussies. Whether they like it or not, apparently. That's a little bit rapey, isn't it? Kind of like a predator, maybe? What about the one about, I just can't get over this. Saw a video recently of Mr. Trump from about 10 years ago or something like that, where he was going down an escalator, similar to that Simpsons episode, only there was no home or anything like that. It was like a quiet shopping centre. And he goes to the bottom of the escalator, and there's this 8-year-old girl there with their father, and he goes, geez, you're hot, gonna bang you in 10 years. To a child! Now, don't understand why the next bit of footage wasn't him being stabbed in the neck. However, that's pretty sus, okay? It's also pretty sus that he might be a predator when he engages in their sort of like darbo-tastic fucking lying tactics, such as during his election campaign. Seem to recall learning about who Donald Trump and Kamala Harris was when Donald Trump was giving a speech about 2 or 3 days, maybe a week, after being convicted of 34 counts of fraud in relation to hush money cover-ups or something to do with a porn star, like a sex worker? Oh, okay. So a porn star's a sex worker, and he just can be convicted of 34 counts of fraud that he committed last time when he was president, in relation to, or was it not? It was before he was president, and so immunity doesn't count because he was president, and then just after that, and it was during the previous campaign, or whatever. Anyway, the point is, he was convicted of 34 counts of fraud, wasn't he, in relation to a sex worker, right? That's what a porn star is, a sex worker. Don't beat around the bush. That's what they do. Their work is about sex. Okay, so we can't cover that one up. And technically, 34 counts of fraud would qualify as, being a bit of a liar. It is technically a conviction of dishonesty. Okay, so for some reason in his speech he was saying, Kamala Harris is a liar, and she's a street worker, so around the corner doing street work. And there was actually a speech of Donald Trump saying Kamala Harris was a street worker and a liar. A street worker. And at that point it was like, what's wrong with the USA? How's that guy even running as a presidential candidate? See, maybe Maga doesn't have a predator problem, okay? Predator problem. No, Maga is a predator problem. Okay, Maga is a predator problem because if at any point that is appealing to the American general public, okay, to the Maga quarters and whatever stuff like that, they have a predator problem. That's probably fair. Okay, there should be no point where that's appealing. There should be no point where that's appealing. Okay, how could those people have seen that information and come up with that idea unless they saw different information, unless they got given pamphlets about how Donald Trump was the next Jesus Christ and the Messiah or some crap like that? Like, what the fuck, America? Like, seriously, you're the guys that come up with the movies about Jonestown that you sent to Australia about how you had some guy named Jim Jones in the 60s or something that went to South America and killed a bunch of people with Kool-Aid. There's even the Kool-Aid jokes in freaking all your fucking American TV shows. Australians know about that, okay? I'll ask you a question, okay? If Australians know that about, that and this cult thing and stuff like that, how come the Americans didn't know about that, considering it was coming from their culture? It's getting a little bit confusing. Does America have a predator problem, mate? Maybe America has a predator problem. I'm pretty sure the CIA was the one that put Pinochet in the first place. Maybe that sounds like a predator problem. Maybe it was a predator problem when the USA got Australia to play, idolising little fucking brother who didn't want to hang around their daddy England anymore, and went to Vietnam and started fucking things up over there as a bunch of fascist hypocrites, or neo-fascist hypocrites, or some people would argue. Maybe the USA had a predator problem when just like China and Russia and other countries, they started interfering in someone else's business and millions of people died. Maybe the USA had a predator problem when the CIA funded Bin Laden in the first place, which led to the creation of Al-Qaeda. And maybe the USA had a predator problem when there was a lot of men in the United States of America who were running beauty pageants for kindergartners. Or maybe the USA had a predator problem when they started to put that they had daddies marrying their daughters with little purity rings so they wouldn't get boyfriends. Maybe the USA had a fucking predator problem, when they had a higher rate of serial killers than other countries have civil wars. Or maybe the USA has a predator problem when they have 4 gun massacres a day, which is slightly more average than a civil war sometimes has massacres. And the fact that any of them at all, Elliot Rogers style ones where dudes couldn't get their dick sucked, might just mean the USA has a predator problem. Just a little bit concerned about that. We can add to the list. Does the USA have a predator problem when it engaged in neoliberal economic policies which preyed upon the entire fucking earth in a sort of post-capitalist fucking milieu of freaking fiat currency that completely ripped off the global south and fucking goddamn corrupted the north as well? Maybe the USA's had a predator problem for some time now. Did the USA have a predator problem when its entire economy was founded on 400 years of slavery? Did the USA have a predator problem? I don't know. I'll take it. I mean, you can add to the list, but that's a pretty big list so far. Did the USA have a predator problem when the entire mission system and stuff like that went up with piles of hundreds of dead bodies of native children? Did the USA have a fucking predator problem then? No, or just the USA have a predator problem now that 1 or 2 Republican senators went to prison? Sorry, the USA has a predator problem. Get stuffed.